anytime you have a chaos agent come in and say, I'm bringing change, but the change he's bringing has very little bearing to the things that they had been critical of. And I think that's where the thing that affects me is it's become such a game and such theater, and so blatantly so. And it's not even like, it's like off Broadway, local, we're going to put on the Music Man. And he really is the Music Man. Like, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get everybody instruments. And, it's the Simpsons episode of the monorail. But they seem impervious to anything that would get in between the bond between them. And like this bill, again, like I have a problem with this, I have a problem with this. They're all going to fucking vote for it. They all talk about Donald Trump's got a real, tightrope to walk. No, he doesn't. Rand Paul won't vote for it. Maybe they'll get one other guy, or maybe they'll play it out like, they'll look around the Senate and go, who might suffer the consequences of voting yes on the budget bill? Okay, let them vote no. And we'll organize it as a tie, and J.D. Vance can come in and break the tie. They did the same thing in the House. He's never going to get a pass. It just feels like the whole thing is a game in service of an individual.
I think the Senate confirmations also basically were, they told you what's going to happen. I do think you make a good point there. I think that it's very hard for Republicans to turn down the president's signature legislation. We'll see how this plays out. Maybe it gets delayed.
Or even when you look at Cassidy with RFK Jr., Cassidy's like, as a doctor, I cannot sign off on this. And then an hour later, he's like, well, I mean, I could sign off on it. I just meant.
And we talked to people also with Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon. I was there for his confirmation hearing. And, this is one of those situations, to what you're pointing to, what people were saying publicly in those hearings and what they were saying privately and the concerns that they had. There wasn't a lot of tough questioning by the nominees by Republicans. Democrats obviously grilled them. They knew that was coming. They wanted to make sure they could survive that, essentially. And obviously, I think this is something that happens on both sides when Republicans grill Democratic nominees. I think anyone who is getting elevated to a job like that, a taxpayer-funded job where you make huge decisions that affect people, should be grilled by both sides of the aisle. And then if they pass that and people feel good about it, then you can vote for them. But that's just not the world we live in, obviously. And I think, when all of Trump's nominees got confirmed, essentially, it was a sign that, the Republicans are going to rubber stamp, essentially, whatever he would like to see happen.